Hello, Carthropologists. I wanted to let you know that Carthropology is introducing a new series called Plan B, The Road Less Taken. Plan B is about scratching an itch. It's the kind of itch you get when you see something and it makes you wonder, what if? So in the world of cars, you might see a car and say, what if that grille was different? Or what if they had only made those wheels more substantial? What would that have made the car look like? Or historically, what if the Studebaker Avanti was brought back today in a modern way? Or even the MGB GT, what if that was a modern car? What would it look like? How could we imagine it to be? So these are all itches, and we're going to scratch them. And we're going to try to solve for the questions that they pose. The answers are going to be solved in a unique way. We're going to start by sketching our ideas and discussing what solutions we want to see in the idea. And then we're going to turn to the computer to render the images in a lifelike manner so we can really see clearly what it is that we're proposing and judge whether it's a good idea or a bad idea. So Plan B, The Road Less Taken, is going to be exploring cars from the point of view of what could have been and also what still can be. It's a wide open subject. There's a lot of potential in this, and I hope you come along for the ride. Hello, Carthropologists. Welcome to the first episode of Plan B, The Road Less Taken by Carthropology. Subcompact cars, microcars, city cars, they're all over the world, and for good reason. They're affordable, economical, easy to park, they have a low impact on the environment, and they help reduce traffic congestion. They solve a lot of problems brilliantly. And they are engineering marvels. They have a lot of innovations going for them. And yet, in spite of all that, what is surprising is most of them look either utilitarian or they evoke the appearance of an appliance on wheels, and some look downright like toys. So the question we're putting before ourselves is, working in that format, which is about 10 feet in length, is it possible, if we could design something with presence and that stirs the imagination and conjures up excitement? What if a microcar could deliver both practicality and excitement, the things that make people fall in love with cars in the first place? That's our assignment. Let's see what we can do. So the microcars are often on three-wheel formats or four-wheel. If we go with a three-wheel format, there are a lot less rigid requirements for safety and structural integrity. It makes it a more affordable car. So we can place the body on, with slight modifications, on either of these two formats. But the assumption is that it could be 3 or 4 wheels. Okay, so we want to do a 4-wheel version. It could easily be adapted to become 3-wheel if needed. First thing I want to do is give it a massive front windshield. So it's very open feeling, giving it sort of a modern quality to it, and nice flowing lines, sort of evoking an aerodynamic quality to it as well. So we'll have some indicator lights below, but we want the headlights to be very prominent and big, sort of evoking a vintage quality to it. And they can be onboard headlights going through the windscreen so that we can have less metal in the front. I want to make sure it looks nice and streamlined and sort of have a modern quality to it. So we'll draw a nice little line here to sculpt it and give it a little shading. And the windscreen should open. It will be the entrance to the car. So it'll evoke the tradition of the Isetta, which in the 1950s people would enter through the front as well. That'd be a nice nod to the tradition of these microcars. So here we are, and what we want to do now is see what the computer will generate based on this sketch. And there it is, Carthropology's first microcar. Looks pretty tasty. I love the huge front windshield, which eliminates a lot of the metal in front and has onboard headlights that allows for that to happen. And there's the front windshield lifted to allow access into the car, making a nod toward the Isetta by BMW back in the 1950s, a pioneer of the microcar trend. Overall, I think it looks pretty nice, and I think it would be an improvement over some of the trends in microcars that we see right now. There's a lot that would have to be done to make this a real car, but all things begin with a goal and a vision. And I hope you enjoyed this first report of Plan B by Carthropology.